Good morning, everyone. So yesterday we went over factoring binomials by using prime factorization. Today we're going to expand on that knowledge by finding the GCF of binomials. So of course, our topic of today's is greatest common factors of binomials. Our learning target today, I can factor binomials by finding the GCF. Let me remind you what GCF is. GCF is essentially the greatest common factor, which is essentially the greatest number two terms can be divided by. Say you have 3 and you have 9. The GCF between 3 and 9 is the number 3 because it is the greatest factor that you can divide both 3 and 9 by. Say you have x to the higher power 6 and you have x to the higher power 4. The GCF between the two is x to the higher power 4 because it is the greatest factor that you can divide both terms by and still get a whole number. Alright, let's get into it. Problem number 1 reads, find the GCF of the terms in the binomial 8x cubed plus 4x to the higher power of 5. Let me rewrite that down here. So I have 8x cubed plus 4x to the higher power of 5. My first step will be to identify my coefficients and my variables. So my coefficients are 8 and positive 4. And my variables are x to the higher power cubed and x to the higher power 5. So starting with my two coefficients, I want to find my GCF. So I'm going to list out all of my factors. My factors of 8 are 1, 2, 4, and 8. These are all factors because you could multiply any number on this list by another number and get 8. And my factors of 4 are 1, 2, and 4. Again, these are all factors because you can multiply it by any two numbers on this list and get 4. The greatest common factor is the greatest number you can divide both numbers by, and I see that is the number 4. Therefore, the GCF between 8 and 4 is the number 4. Now on to our variables. Our GCF is the greatest number or the greatest variable or exponent you can divide both variable terms by, which will essentially be the smallest, the variable with the smallest degree, meaning x cubed will be our GCF because it has the smallest degree and it is the greatest number you can divide both variables by and still have a whole number if you were to substitute a positive integer into it. So of course our last step is to take our GCF of our variable term and our GCF of our coefficients and multiply together. So we have 4 times x cubed, which is basically 4x cubed. Therefore, the GCF of this binomial 8x cubed plus 4x to the higher power 5 is the binomial 4x cubed. Here's your problem 2 for the day. You know what to do. Take a screenshot, write it down, answer it in your assignment of the day. Have a good day, guys.